do not ascend in Roblox Grow a Garden right now. So as you guys know, a few weeks ago, we got this guy right here. And this guy lets you guys ascend, aka just rebirth. It's a fancy word for rebirth. But every single time you ascend, you get these fancy new currency called Ascension tokens. But if you have been ascending, do not do it anymore. Stop right now, because there is some major news, and we might be getting a huge new revamp to the Ascension system. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, so watch this video all the way to the end. And of course, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, you know the whole shazam. Anyways, let's get straight into this. So as I mentioned earlier, we got the Ascension system a few weeks back, and obviously this was introduced as a way to fix the economy of Grow a Garden, because once again, as many of you already know, Grow a Garden's shekel situation is not looking very good. People are too rich, and there was honestly nothing to do in the game besides the updates and events that happened every single week. And because of this, we got the Ascension system right over here. By ascending, you would get yourself a bunch of Ascension tokens, which you could then go ahead and use for any of these items right over here. You could get an extra save slot, you could get an extra 10 slots of inventory, you know, etc, etc, etc. Now, people had mixed feelings about this. Some people did not like the fact that you lost all of your money every single time you ascended. Some people are not a fan of the requirements for ascending itself. Like, for God's sake, guys, you would have to submit a plant with crazy mutations on it. Now that has been fixed, as you guys can tell. But yeah, sometimes it might ask you for a transcendent plant, and it's like, how are you supposed to get that, bro? So this entire Ascension thing, not perfect. There is a lot of flaws with it. So people weren't very happy about it. And to be honest, the devs did not really change much. And there is a good reason for why that is. There is a good reason for why we haven't gotten any updates to the Ascension system. And that is what we are going to be talking about in today's video. So you know what, enough yap, let's just go ahead and hop straight into this. I'm not even going to waste your time, but Jandal a few hours ago in the official Grow a Garden Discord server went ahead and sent this message out. So as you guys can see, literally a few hours ago, I'm going to be making some changes to the Ascension shop this week and a new event style. Been at RDC and Roblox meeting with them, back on the grind now. So guys, we have Jandal back. This is actually Jandal, as you guys can see, that's his Discord account. So he is officially back from his break. He was at RDC, which is like a Roblox developer conference, if I'm not wrong. Unfortunately, your boy did not get invited because I am not in the start program because Roblox hates me. Please, Roblox, please let me in. But anyways, this is good news. Jandal is coming back, and apparently he is going to be making changes to the Ascension shop itself. So now many of you might be wondering, what are these changes that are coming to the Ascension shop? I mean, how can they actually make this thing better? Because once again, this is a pretty simple concept. You ascend, you get a new currency, but you lose all of your money. So what can they possibly do to make this thing better, or in some cases, worse? Well, lucky for you guys, in the official Grow a Garden Discord server, there have been a lot of suggestions made by a lot of person, and I believe this person made the best compilation of each and every one of them, so let's quickly go ahead and go through each of these. Okay, so the first thing that people want to see is to move the Ascension shop. The Ascension shop is kind of away from everything, and it kind of takes away from it. It feels like it's an optional thing to do, but it really is not. Because once again, seeds are now being moved over to tier 2. So this isn't really an optional thing anymore. So a lot of people are getting very confused as to why this thing even exists in the game. Another thing is, it's not very clear that you have to feed Sam to actually unlock the tier 2 shop. So maybe they could just make a different stall for the tier 2 shop, you know what I mean? Maybe an exotic shop, maybe it could be like back here behind Sam or something. I don't know, man, just something a little more visual instead of, you know, just this little tab inside of the shop itself. Like, no one is gonna find that. So yeah, hopefully the devs do something about that, and that would just make things a little bit more easier. Alternatively, they can just move this entire tier 2 shop into this right here. So instead of having, you know, Romantico and then nothing after that, just have all of the tier 2 seeds here. I feel like that would make things a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Coherent? I can't use big words, guys, I'm not that smart. But yeah, hopefully they move the Ascension shop, maybe even right here in the middle. It would just make things so much better for it, and yeah, people wouldn't feel like it's some optional random random thing you have to do, you know? Another thing that people have been frequently commenting about on my videos is the fact that they have made ascending so freaking unfair, and this is the reason most people actually hate the Ascension update. So this person says fix ascending. It is taking everyone's shekels and not the 1 trillion that is shown on screen. People are losing a lot of shekels for no reason, so I feel like this is people's fault for not actually reading and just clicking buttons. But every single time you go over to ascend, as you guys can see, there is a bar right here that basically says that you require this many shekels to actually ascend. But most people fail to read that you will lose all of your shekels. So maybe instead of losing all of your shekels, it only takes away the amount of shekels that are displayed here. And like this person said right over here, every single time you ascend, it's like incremental, you know what I'm saying? So it starts off at 1 billion, then it goes over to 100 billion, maybe then it goes over to 500 billion, then 1 trillion, and it just keeps on increasing. So that way there is some sort of challenge, you know? Every single ascension is actually a challenge, and you can't just keep on ascending infinitely, you know what I'm saying? Remove the requirement of needing mutated fruits in order to ascend. I think that only needing shekels in order to ascend would be better. Not everyone has or can get the mutated fruits that are required for them to ascend. Now this one might be a little bit controversial. So far, the Ascension shop only requires you to have a fruit that is inside of the regular seed shop right over here, meaning no event fruits are actually inside of the Ascension shop. So all of these fruits are technically obtainable by everyone. And if you have 1 trillion shekels, I feel like you have all of the fruits inside of the seed shop anyways. It's impossible that you don't have at least one of these inside of your inventory. So I'm not really sure about this suggestion, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I feel like they should remove the requirement for, you know, crazy mutations like Twisted or even Tempeus. I saw a few screenshots of a Tempeus plant too. So yeah, that is kind of absurd in my opinion. But maybe they just need to tone down the mutation requirements. The fruit requirements, in my opinion, are fine. Add more than just one garden save slot. One garden save slot is enough. There is 5 extra slots for eggs and pets. Make it so there is 5 extra garden save slots too. So every single time you go over to the shop, you can buy 5 more garden expansion slots. And honestly, yeah, I don't see why they don't do this already. Give us as many save slots as we want. If we're paying for it, why can't we get it? This thing is 50 freaking garden save slots. It's not cheap. You have to ascend 5 times for this. So if I'm gonna ascend 5 times, just let me have as many of them as I want, right? Change the price of garden save slots. Nobody can get 50 coins, not when every single one of their shekels is being taken away. 10 coins for 1 save slot, 20 coins for 2 save slots, so on and so forth. Yeah, honestly, this might be a good suggestion. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Like, it increases in incrementals the more slots you get. I guess that's might be a good suggestion. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Add an ascension counter. Just so we can show off how many times we have ascended, add a way to actually, you know, an ascension counter or something. Maybe you could get a secret fence every single time you ascend. So if you ascend 1 time, you get a secret fence that you can show off. And if you ascend 10 times, you get this crazy fence that you can show off to people, and nobody knows how to get it except you. You know, it would be cool. Like, give us some sort of incentive to ascending 10, 15, 20 times, some way of showing off, because honestly, that's what growing garden is about. It's about showing off your craziest plant. Am I right, guys? Another thing I want to add personally is do not reactivate the trading system for shekels. We all know you guys want to hide your money before resets, and honestly, this is controversial. I'm fully aware, but right now, guys, ascending doesn't seem to be that, you know, it doesn't seem to be like an achievement. But I feel like if they just reduce the amount of shekels you need to ascend to maybe like 1 billion, maybe 5 billion, maybe 10 billion, maybe 100 billion even, that's a little bit more realistic than 1 trillion shekels, which is kind of crazy. And then just remove the ability to trade shekels. That would help with the economy stabling down a little bit because money becomes more valuable, of course. I'm not sure, okay? But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about this entire thing, what you want to see in the upcoming Ascension update. And of course, guys, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We're trying to get to 400k, so hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Peace out.